All right. There we go. Okay. Considerable thunderstorm warning. Radar indicate it, radar indicate it, radar indicate it, radar indicate it, radar indicate it. Tor pause. Definitely a lot of localized rotation in here. What do we got back here? Flash flood warning observed. Des Moines, radar indicated tornado warning up here. This is damaging wind event. Headed straight for Newton, Iowa. Oh yeah. Bow echo right here. Definitely see that being damaging winds. Let's take a look down here. What's going on down near Wichita? Whew. Okay. Okay, is this Tor pause? Probably should be. Where are we seeing the most action right now? Let's take a look. Through here. Little couplet right here. Don't like that. This could go observed. This is radar indicated tornado warning right now. Headed to the northeast towards Topeka, Kansas. Right here. There's a little couplet. Yeah, there it is. That's actually, this might be on the ground right there. You see with the CC drop. Oh yeah, it's curling up. Yeah, look at this couplet. It might be on the ground or it might be dropping. So out ahead of this, Harveyville. Jeez, nonstop updates. Harveyville, but this is headed towards, it looks like, potentially southern Topeka Metro. So hopefully this falls apart. But it does look like we could have something on the ground right there. Let me see what's happening down here. Pretty strong storm down here too. Do we have rotation on this down here? Hold up, hold up. Yeah, we have some more broad rotation right here, headed east towards Kingman. This is headed in the direction of Wichita, so pretty powerful squall line down there to the south. This looks like a bow echo that's increasing with an intensifying bow echo right here headed east as well towards Emporia. A few minutes till it runs through there. Strong storm, not too far away from Topeka as well, Kansas. Let me actually zoom in on that area. Let me see here. Why doesn't it let me click, like, switch to the radar? There we go. I had the small radar. We need a bigger one. I want to watch this area right here in particular right now. Because we got Kansas City out here, Topeka. Okay. What's going on, everyone? What is going on? This is definitely intense. You can see it speed up right at the end there, and you can actually see the tornado right here. Right there. You see that? Right here. Right there. So let's follow it. Yeah. It's right there. So we need to watch out here. Okay, I want to keep this a little bit zoomed in. We'll head back over here. Forgot to say I was going live. Oops. Jackie, I appreciate you. What's going on up here? Not much. Got some time. Got some time till these storms get out here to the east. We can take a look at exactly how long. Probably may even be longer. I mean, this is saying at least 2.5 hours. I think it'll probably be quicker than that. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll zoom in. We're going to be doing a lot of zooming in here on this stream. Really watching this. I think this is on the ground. They might change this to observed. It's pretty clear couplet right here. You can see this in the reflectivity. We do have a tornado down. It's probably right here. Right there. So it's really wrapping up. Look at this. So this is headed east towards, if you're out in Harveyville, Carbondale, Auburn, get ready to take shelter. Wilmington. I think that thing's on the ground. Lowest floor in your home, most interior room in your home. Get away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get in a storm shelter. Storm shelter or get in the basement. That's what I would suggest if you're out right ahead of this thing. Right ahead of this thing. What's going on? The meteorologist kid. What is going on? I appreciate you, as always. Will the Super El Nino ruin winter for the Northwesterners? It depends. More often than not, it can be a little drier and warmer during an El Nino in the Northwest, but we just had a dry and warm Northwest in La Nina, so they don't always do what they're supposed to do. But I'll break that stuff down in a couple months when we get a little bit closer. Probably as we get into September. I'll be doing a lot of winter forecasts. Maybe even earlier than that, August. Sorry. Do I need to be concerned in Minnesota? No, we're not looking too bad in Minnesota right now. We're going to have some strong storms up in Minnesota, but not expected to see anything severe. Just strong. Okay. Let's take a look at what's going on down here. I want to see if we can figure out... see if we have any more spin-ups here. Some rotation here around Newton as well. You can see it right there. A little bit of a surface low. Let's move up the chain. Still watching this tornado right here. About to go straight through Harveyville, so Harveyville needs to be taking shelter. Harveyville, Kansas. Topeka, strong winds. Strong damaging winds about to move through. 70-mile-per-hour observed winds about to move through Topeka, Kansas. 70-mile-per-hour observed straight line winds. I heard that there's some sort of pineapple storm coming to New Jersey later this week. No idea what that... What? I don't know. I don't know what that is. Haven't heard it. Damaging straight line winds about to move through St. Joseph as well. St. Joseph, Missouri. You can see the bow echo here. 70-mile-per-hour. Radar indicated winds. This is a torpause storm. There is rotation along the leading boundary here, leading edge. So St. Joseph, get ready for some strong winds. Let's take a look at the radar up here. Man. Damaging winds with this as well. Headed out towards Grant City. No, this isn't the best radar, but it does look like we've got some... We do have some rotation in here. Are these both still radar indicated? Radar indicated tornado warning. Radar indicated tornado warning. Should. Unless it's not picking it up. Let me see. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. Change the setting.
Attention.
There we go.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
All right. There we go. What's going on, Tor? Can you check the storms going through Ontario, Canada? There's a tornado warning. There's a tornado warning up in Canada right now.
Attention, this flash flood warning has been updated.
I don't see a tornado warning up there. Oh my gosh.
A new flash flood warning
Right,
has.
we're gonna turn that off for a second. I don't see any tornado warnings up here. Let's see. Yeah, not on here either. Yeah, no tornado warnings up in. No tornado warnings up there right now. I'm gonna keep my eye on Topeka right now just because we got some spicy looking storms here about to move through St. Joseph, Topeka, approaching Kansas City. Yeah, I don't see anything up here. Unfortunately, I don't have a well, actually, do they have a? No good radar. Yeah, no good radar up here, unfortunately. Be tough to get a strong tornado up there right now, even if there was one. Probably be EF0, EF1. Luckily. Yeah, eastern Kansas, northwest Missouri, we got a lot going on there. Strong winds. Wouldn't be surprised if we had some 70-plus mile per hour winds. A little bit of a broad area rotation here. You can see that rotation. This is going to be heavy, heavy, heavy. When your storms are rotating, that downdraft is staying away from the updraft, so you'll continue to see heavy rainfall right here, heading out towards Maryville. Let's see. Let's go up and down this here. There's just a lot of kind of localized rotation along this line. That's why we have tornado warnings lined up. Really tough to tell if we have a tornado on the ground over here. It's messy. It's broad rotation, so it doesn't look too bad. The one area, this tornado warning right here, though, did they change it to observed? 70 mile per hour observed wind, still radar indicated tornado warning. You can kind of see, though, right here, this is where our tornado would be. It looks like it's not as organized as it was a little bit ago, but still you still see the couplet right here. There's our couplet. And yeah, so we still have to watch this. Interesting, that looks like a CC drop. I think that's just radar distortion. What's going on, B? Des Moines, you're looking good. We were just looking at this storm. It's passing by now. So most of Des Moines, at least downtown. This is headed out east, though. You guys probably just had some strong winds that went through Des Moines. This is a bow echo that's strengthening. Newton, right out east of Des Moines. You now have a radar indicated tornado warning. I don't really see anything here. I'd get ready to take shelter just in case, but I am concerned about this notch right here that's headed straight towards Baxter, Iowa. This to me, let's watch this develop. Gotta be careful out here. Haverhill, Melbourne, Haverhill, Baxter. Could see a spin up right there. Lots of rotation, lots of vorticity along this line, though, so everyone out ahead of this should be keeping their weather alerts on. We'll go back down here to these tornado warnings again. Kind of a really crappy radar. Like, what is this thing? Like, what is this radar that it's giving me? Yeah, is this our radar hole? Of course it is. It's always in the radar hole. The worst stuff is always happening in the radar hole. Okay. Radar hole here, so it's hard to tell what's happening, but Grant City. Is that Mount Air? Bedford, everyone in between, just pay attention. Strong damaging winds. Potential spin up there. Still watching this tornado warning to the south of Topeka. You guys are about to have some pretty strong winds blowing in. Linden as well. And St. Joseph, 70 mile per hour radar indicated winds. Considerable damage threat. How is Atkinson? Is it Atkinson? Kansas looking like? Did I spell that wrong? Yeah, you guys are about to have some strong winds moving in. It's funny. Well, not funny. You probably should be in a severe thunderstorm warning, but it looks like the most damaging winds are right to your north. But still a strong. You're about to go through some heavy downpours. Could see some little hail in here. Some pretty strong winds as well. Probably about just a couple minutes away. What's going on, Bo? Some weather media on Facebook posted something about a Pineapple Express storm coming to New Jersey. It just looks like a thunderstorm. I don't know. Pineapple, well, when they talk about that, the Pineapple Express, they're typically talking about our jet stream off of Hawaii flowing into either the West Coast, California, or the Northwest. Not New Jersey. So I don't know why they were using that in the same sentence as New Jersey. Wait, they just interrupt the NBA Finals. So is this gonna hit Kansas City? Yeah, this is set it out towards Kansas City. What, the NBA Finals isn't on? Semifinals? Yeah. Is there a game being played in Kansas City right now? No. That wouldn't make any sense. What am I saying? Right? Am I crazy? Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. The Thunder game. OKC. Okay. Not much happening out here. Oklahoma's pretty quiet. Will Burlington, Iowa get hit by these storms tonight? Let's see. You're pretty far out to the east. You'll probably be all right. These should get pretty weak by the time they get out there. We can take a look at the latest model. HRRR. And we'll take a look here. 00Z. So, could have some strong storms moving through Burlington at around 1 a.m., 2 a.m., but they'll be much weaker. You guys can kind of see the progression of our storms here. This is as we get out towards 10 p.m. Central Time. Looks like Kansas could be seeing some spicy storms as we get into around 10 p.m. We move out towards midnight. These are going to be approaching potentially Columbia, Missouri, Cedar Rapids, up towards Dubuque. So you can kind of see where this squall line's going. And then we push out towards 1, 2 a.m. We're a little bit further out east. There we go. We double check on these warnings right now. See if we have any observed tornadoes. All radar indicated right now. Observed 70 mile per hour winds though. This is a this is our observed 70 mile per hour winds. Considerable damage threat. About to head through Topeka. So Topeka, Rossville, Eskridge. Okay, you guys can read this. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect till 8:45 p.m. for southwestern Jefferson, Shawnee, eastern Wabouncy, and northern.
I think the rain delay is going in for the Twins game. Hope you're doing well. Connor's barber should be giving a cut soon.
Kyle, I appreciate that $5 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Twins game. Let's take a look. The rain delay. I mean, it's most likely a delay for the Lightning, so it shouldn't be too long. I mean, it could be over. It could be over in 20-30 minutes, but there's some stray thunderstorms back here, so we'll have to see if that causes another one. But I think 20-30 minutes, it may be good. I appreciate you, Kyle. Yeah, when I start wearing my hat a lot, I'm like, I need to go get a haircut. Where's the Bebo? What's going on? Des Moines doing pretty good. I mean, these storms just moved through Des Moines, so Des Moines on the nicer side of things right now. So you're going to start to have a little bit more, your atmosphere stabilizing around Des Moines, but you could get a lot of rainfall still throughout the night. So some flash flood concerns, I would say, but your tornado risk is pretty non-existent now in Des Moines. Atchison. I don't know. Guys, too many city names. I'm terrible at pronouncing these. Ottawa, Kansas. It rained all morning. It was cloudy all day. So I'm trying to be a little hopeful. Yeah, if it was rained all morning and it was cloudy all day, typically you're not going to see too bad of severe weather. What's it looking like right now on the satellite? Oh, man. Tough to tell. Let's go. Cleared up a little bit late in the evening, didn't it? Is Omaha, Nebraska in the clear for the night? I'd say so, yes. I would say so. Is it getting cool out there in Omaha? Look at that. Looks like it's about to. Yeah, get into the 50s. Low 50s. Look at that cold front. It's where all the strong storms are. This is what we talk about when we talk about forcing. All the strong storms are latching onto our warm boundary here. So storms that continue to develop along this boundary are going to continue to strengthen. So we're going to have some strong updrafts out ahead of it. I think we have a little bit of a dry line here too. There's the dry line, same place. Ooh, kind of a triple point back here. Interesting. You could kind of see it with the temperature as well. But I don't think we have anything dangerous happening back here. Let's see. Yeah, no, probably a strong cap holding there with that setup and no storms. All right. Yeah, look at this. Topeka, you're about to get hit by some strong winds. You could probably see over 70-mile-per-hour gusts. Yeah, pretty cool for this time of year, right? Getting towards late May. Gonna get into the low 50s tonight. We'll get into the 40s tonight in Omaha, potentially. Observe 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts headed into St. Joseph as well. St. Joseph, Missouri. Still torpause up here. Unfortunately, it's a nice little radar hole, but some concerning looks up here. Some kind of local rotation. Hard to tell if this is just a little bit of radar distortion, though, because we have no radars near this area. Let's take another look back up at Des Moines. Again, this is a concerning look. Oh my gosh, what is this? You can see the notch right here. That's what we're watching. So could have a tornado on the ground or a tornado trying to drop right here, about to go through Baxter. Baxter, Iowa, I would take shelter. Bottom floor of your home, most interior room. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get away from windows. Get in a storm shelter. Get in a basement. Because a little bit of a couplet. Man, this thing is moving quick. How fast is this storm moving? 55 miles per hour? Let's see. 45 miles per hour? Okay. I think it's moving quicker than that. This is moving so quick on the radar. But yeah, Baxter, and then this setting out towards Laurel, Ferguson, and the surrounding cities out there in Iowa. Any hail coming out of these storms? Yeah, there were some pretty large hail reports, I think, earlier. We can take a look at the storm reports. Where are my storm reports? $80-mile-per-hour wind gusts recorded back here. 1.5 inch hail recorded there. Inch hail. I know there had to have been some hail bigger than that. I wonder if it just wasn't clocked. Yeah, I guess we'll see on the hail reports tomorrow. Oh. All right, here's our entire setup right now. Let's go to MRMS. Here we go. We are ready here in St. Joe. Yeah, this is moving in right now. Look at this. It's coming in. And you're going to have the storm kind of moving at an angle, so you're going to get torrential downpours for a little bit. Definitely. Yeah, that's a nice bow echo headed through St. Joseph. That thing is moving quick. This thing's approaching Kansas City fast, too. Thundering out here again. We were in such a good calm streak for my area. I hate living here. Where's here? Kansas? In Northwest Ohio today, we had very dangerous downpours and heavy thunderstorms. Yeah, I saw that. You know, this squall line out here got super intense for a little bit. We had tornado warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings. It wasn't supposed to be that intense. It got Spicy out there in Indiana, Michigan, and yeah, northwestern Ohio for a little bit. I saw that. What's going on, Brandon? Northeast Kansas. Yeah, that's not the best place to be right now. Looks like we just got another 60-mile-per-hour wind report at the airport. The airport in St. Joseph just recorded a 60-mile-per-hour, 61-mile-per-hour wind gust. And that's just recorded, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was something stronger than that. Our strongest straight line wind segments look like they're right here. And look like they're out here. Yeah, those are our gaps. Is this an updated? This thing is looking serious. Let's take a look at our updated risk zones right now. Still a 10% Sig 1 risk zone out here. Kansas. Most of Kansas City is in that 10% Sig 1 risk zone, tornado risk zone. So obviously make sure you keep your alerts on as this squall line approaches you guys. You can take a look at the wind risk zone still. Risk zone. Why is risk is such a hard word for me to say today. There's your hail risk zone. All right. Did we get an upgrade for day 2? Not quite yet, but storms are this marginal and slight is stretching a little bit farther east than it was before. Day 3, we got a risk zone again. Up the Appalachian Mountain Range, portions of Virginia, the Mid-Atlantic, and then up coastal New England. Then out there in western Texas, southeastern New Mexico as well. I don't think we have a day 4. Not yet. It does look like we're going to go on a little quiet stretch, and then there's some interesting stuff happening down in the tropics. There are some interesting stuff. We'll talk about that in a second. Let me just make sure we haven't had any crazy upgraded alerts. All radar indicated tornado warnings right now. That's good. Not that doesn't mean there's one on the ground, but we'll take a look at that in a second. 70-mile-per-hour observed winds moving through Topeka, Kansas right now. 70-mile-per-hour observed winds. We now have a wind recording in downtown Topeka, Kansas, right next to the state capitol, basically. We have a wind recording of 65 mile per hour. So 9 miles per hour short of Cat 1 hurricane force winds pushing through Topeka. Observed, recorded. St. Joseph got 61. So tropical storm force winds moving through Topeka. And St. Joseph, we got some more wind recordings out here. Yeah, look at this. 65, 65, 65, 64. Lawrence, Kanwaka, who knows? Ottawa, you guys are now in your severe thunderstorm warning. 70-mile-per-hour radar indicated winds, considerable damage threat. These bow echoes are moving out towards you. We're getting close to Kansas City. You'll probably be put in the next warning. Is tomorrow going to be as bad as it was today for northwestern Ohio? I don't think so. I don't think it will be. Let me actually show you tomorrow's tornado risk. I think it's pretty far up north. So you do have that 2% up there tomorrow. There's your wind risk. There's your hail risk. So really small wind risk, small tornado risk. So this is what your radar could look like tomorrow.
A new considerable severe thunderstorm warning has been
right there. So we could have some strong storms moving in. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 to 10 p.m. So evening hour, potentially that looks like a little bit of a discrete setup. So it is possible to get a spin up out of that. All right, did we get an upgrade here?
Attention, this flash flood warning has been updated.
Riley, Kansas. Observe flash flood warning out here. Manhattan down to Junction City, Kansas. 2 to 4 inches in 1 hour. That is ridiculous. So this is observed flash flooding. So if you're down in a low-lying area over there, you might want to get to higher ground. Again, that's Manhattan down to Junction City, Kansas. We're seeing 70-mile-per-hour winds all up and down the squall line here. Small hail right now, and most of our tornado warnings look like they're falling apart. Still a little bit of a notch in here up in Iowa, so we could see another spin up here moving out towards Ferguson, LeGrand, Iowa, but right now we're looking pretty good. Not too bad.
New information. This severe thunderstorm
Andrew,
warning has
Missouri.
been updated.
Nodaway, Missouri. Nodaway? The wind and hail were way worse today. Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised at that squall line moving through Great Lakes region, Ohio Valley earlier today, or portions of the Midwest, I guess. It was pretty impressive. 70 miles per hour enough to knock over a large tree. I have one right in front of my house. You would 70 mile per hour sustained winds are, but this is a pretty quick burst. It could, but it probably won't. Yeah, if 70 mile per hour like sustained winds can tear a tree down, but the problem with these types of events is you can have microbursts embedded in a bow echo, meaning you could have like 70 mile per hour winds, say, up and down this line here, but then you get like a really strong isolated updraft that cranks out 90 to 110 mile per hour winds in a localized location. So then suddenly, you know, even though it's 70 mile per hour, 60 mile per hour winds up and down the bow echo, you have like a localized area that suddenly gets a 90, 100 mile per hour gusts. And that's what's going to tear down trees. But for the most part, this can knock some power out, take tree limbs off, and maybe do a little roof damage. But large trees are usually not going to be toppling over unless their roots are extremely overly saturated and they're ready to go. I'm cooking dinner. When do you think the line moves through OKC Metro? That's a good question because we've got like no storms down there right now. See, it starts to develop as we get later into the night. And then boom, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7, 6, 7, 5 to 7 a.m. So that's a super early morning severe threat. I don't know if you guys can hear the thunder in the background. This is a second day in a row I'm streaming with tons of thunder in the background. Wow, look at this 80 mile per hour wind report out there. Council Grove. Lots of lightning with this storm. Lots of lightning with the squall line. I'm in North Kansas City area. Bring on the tornadoes. No, we don't want to bring on the tornadoes. You are going to see some strong winds, though, not too far away. I mean, we can take a look. I'd say probably 45 minutes to an hour. Let's see what this thinks. Yep, 45 minutes till we get to North Kansas City. So, got a little bit of time. Squall line still strengthening, still riding the warm boundary here. Still riding our temperature gradient out here. Take a look at the real-time mesoscale analysis. There it is. Pretty sharp. Lots of forcing out here. Plenty of moisture and heat ahead in Kansas City for these storms to continue on. Not a ton of heat up here. And when we take a look at our dew points, actually, they're pretty nice. They're actually pretty nice up there in Iowa still, so we can see those storms try to continue to drive on. How's Lee's Summit, Missouri, looking for tonight? Let's take a look at your potential timing out there. Let's see. Let's see. All right, we'll call that about an hour out. Yeah, storms are going to be weakening as they're approaching Lee's Summit, but they'll be strong enough to potentially still have some damaging wind and small hail involved with them. You can see you could still have kind of a bow echo look out here. And that looks like the timing for Lee's Summit is going to be closer to 10 or 11 p.m. These storms should be approaching you. I would say wind damage is going to be the main threat for you guys. Last time we had 100 mile per hour winds, our whole town didn't have power for a week. Yeah, we're hoping that doesn't happen. That's for sure. Man, I'm tired tonight. Oh my gosh. Woo. tired. Is it too late for a Red Bull? What do you guys think?
Attention.
Is
a
it
new
too
tornadic
late
severe
for a
thunderstorm
Red Bull?
warning has been issued.
I agree, Marissa. I think I could use a Red Bull. You're right. No, Marissa's right. Marissa's right. No, I totally agree. I was actually standing on the edge of a cliff there, and all you needed to do was tap me. Thank you for that little tap. I needed that motivation. Red Bull time. Uh-oh, you got B mad. Guys, you know how you know I'm tired? If I'm not being funny. Because I'm the funniest guy I know. Okay? If I'm being lame and boring, just know I'm exhausted. If I can't muster up enough energy to, like, crack any jokes, I'm 100% tired. Because, like, I at a minimum try to be at least a little funny in every conversation I have all day. Just a little bit. He seemed a little lackluster. Yeah. Yeah. Take a drive to Kansas City to unwind. I would love to do some chasing.
Attention. A new radar indicated
Andrew,
tornado
Missouri.
warning has been issued.
DeKalb, Missouri. Gentry, Harrison. All right.
New information. This severe
Ooh.
thunderstorm warning has been updated.
We are in a radar hole up here, but you can kind of see a decent-looking couplet. So let's watch this out here. This is headed out towards McFall, Gilman City, and Trenton. Or Missouri, I believe. Yeah, Missouri. I want to make sure I'm telling you guys the right state. So look at that. 65-mile-per-hour winds.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has
Straight through
been
St. Joseph and Topeka. Anyone there? Did anyone in Topeka here? Or St. Joseph? Did you see any of those winds?
Attention. A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
All right, we get it. Oh, my gosh. All the warnings popping off now. How are the winds? I mean, we have recording of 60+ mile per hour winds from the St. Joseph Airport, but sometimes you get more localized winds with these types of setups. So, very, very strong. Should be slowly beginning to weaken in St. Joseph, although you probably still have strong winds moving over. Lawrence is about to get it. Topeka should be calming down. Beginning to calm down at least, but Topeka getting smacked. Wichita. 2-inch hail being recorded out here. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Getting pretty close to you. Look at this gust front that's beginning to push out ahead, too. That's how you know you got strong winds headed your way. That 60-mile-per-hour wind estimate might be a little bit low. Oh, what do we got out here? Little thunderstorms trying to get themselves together. What's happening with our... Let's take a look at this. Yeah, as this moves south, we will begin to see our cap break, and we will begin to see those storms develop down here. Headed out towards Stillwater, Bartlesville, Oklahoma City, and Tulsa. Pretty late, or early in the morning, though. My husband made me come in. I was sitting on the porch. Boo! You're just watching the storm. Just kidding. I don't know where you are. Oh, wait. Oh, you were in St. Joseph, right? Or were you in Topeka? I know we got people in both those cities. St. Joseph. Yeah. I love watching the wind whip. How's severe weather looking for New Jersey later this week? New Jersey. Let's take a look at the latest Rufus, the latest and greatest. We'll go to the 18Z. Actually, wait. Oh, hold up. Which way are we going here? Down or up? Hold up. Oh, is this... What is going on? This is not making any sense. Not loading the 22Z, 18Z, 00Z, 18. Okay, here's what's going on. Look at that. Some strong storms could be pushing through Jersey, New York, the Mid-Atlantic tomorrow. This would be around 5 p.m. And then maybe another round as we get into Wednesday. Evening severe storms as well. Storms. So, yeah. 2 evenings in a row, you get some strong thunderstorms out there in New Jersey. For sure. Connor's calming corner. Connor's climate cult. Pretty sure your blood is part Red Bull at this point. A little, yeah, probably. I appreciate the follow, Ethan. Heck yeah. Severe storms, guys. Severe thunderstorm warning. Gotta be careful though, severe thunderstorm warning. Do we have a better radar we can use out here? I don't think so. Well, this radar looks pretty nice. We'll use this. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, I'd still say McFall, Gilman City. Potentially out towards Trenton. This is probably going to be pushed forward. Missouri, prepare to take shelter. We could have a tornado on the ground here. It's hard to tell because we got a little bit of a radar hole there. So, strong damaging winds now approaching Lawrence and Ottawa, Kansas. Let's take a look at the timing for you guys. Whoop. 18 minutes, Ottawa. Lawrence. 10 minutes. Leavenworth. 17 minutes. Plattsburgh. Guess you don't exist. It doesn't want to recognize you. 45 minutes. I'm not ready. You are ready.
Attention, a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Yeah, there could be some pretty strong thunderstorms tomorrow and the next day out there for the Mid-Atlantic. Taking a look at this to see which one of these bow echoes looks like it's really intensifying right now. I'd say up here to the north. I'd say we're getting a nice little jump up here. Look at that. Pretty strong down here to the south, though, too. Right here. Kansas City. Not too far away from getting this. Maybe 35, 40 minutes. Let's take a look. Let's give it a little look-see. Yeah, 35, 40 minutes. Still got 70 mile per hour radar indicated winds up and down the squall line. Actually, they reduced these to 60. There's a 70 mile per hour radar indicated winds. Now including Oskaloosa, Lawrence, and Ottawa. Wichita. These storms are getting pretty close to you. My fiance's working outside, and they never make them come in. What? They better make them come in. All right, here's what your warning is. And you're telling me, you're probably right. They're probably not going to make them come in. Expect considerable tree damage. Damage is likely to mobile homes, roofs, and buildings. But yeah, but stay outside. You know, they should probably go inside. Probably go inside. Strong little squall line here. You guys are from Kansas, though. You're used to this, right? But definitely a bow echo about to head through Ottawa. No embedded tornadoes. That's the good thing. Just strong winds. Strong straight line winds. Heavy downpours out here. Yeah, we probably are getting 1 to 2 inch an hour rainfall up and down this line. We probably are. We're going to see some flash flood warnings on the back end of this. Backside of this, you can already see some. I'm waiting for the squall line to begin to expand to the south. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. I kind of want to do a quick... I kind of want to do... Oops, let me switch back here. I kind of want to do a quick... Let me look if there's anything notable happening in the tropics right now before I switch screens and show you guys. Because if there's nothing happening, who cares? Let me take a quick glance at the tropics. I love me some hurricane season, even though this is going to be a boring one. Well, not necessarily, but I think so. Holy smokes! GFS. The GFS has a cat. This would probably be a Cat 4, Cat 5 hurricane off the coast of Mexico. June 1st, the first day of hurricane season, it says, let's go. Let's go, Pacific. Let's put a Cat 5 off the coast of Mexico. June 1st. 938 millibar. I mean, that could be a strong Cat 4, but it also sees potential tropical cyclogenesis right out to the west. 1,004 millibar. That could be a tropical depression easily. Right out to the west of Jamaica. Nah, this is over 300 hours out. So the odds that this happens, not very high. But we are seeing on all the models a lot of convection. A lot of convection in the Caribbean. Getting into next week and on. So something might try to spin up. You know? Interesting. Interesting little location to watch. Nothing to worry about right now, but interesting location to watch here. Especially, we'll see how far this high pressure gets out. But we do have a high pressure that's going to keep storms that form down in the Caribbean right now close to shore. So something to watch, but nothing to be worried about right now. Waters are warm, guys. Waters are warm. Does anyone know what your ocean temperatures? What's the coolest? What is the coldest your water temps can be for a tropical formation? Okay, I'm going to ask two questions. One, what's the coldest it can be for tropical formation in Fahrenheit? Don't give me that Canadian crap, that European crap. Okay, Fahrenheit. 69. Actually, not far off, Tori. Not far off. The coolest waters you can have for tropical cyclogenesis, meaning the birth of a tropical cyclone, 74 degrees, I believe. But typically, you want waters at least 79 to 80 degrees for development. There have been storms that actually went through tropical cyclogenesis and turned into tropical storms, tropical cyclones at as cold as 74. But on average, you want your waters at least up to around 79 to 80 or above. Once you have those conditions, those tropical cyclogenesis can happen like that overnight. So, yeah, B, I would say you're right. But yeah, you can get something as cool as 74. I bring that up because, and I have some updates to give you, but I bring that up because, take a look what's happening. Look at our ocean temps. Okay, 27 degrees. That's about, I believe, maybe I'm wrong. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that's about 80 degrees. So, all of this water is warm enough. Easily warm enough, because you can get it cooler than this. You technically could get tropical development like 24 degrees Celsius, but all these waters are easily cool enough, or warm enough, sorry, easily warm enough for tropical cyclogenesis. All of this, and strengthening. So, but especially, look at this. Look at this. Up to 29 degrees Celsius, almost 30 degrees Celsius in and around Cuba, Jamaica. Northwestern Caribbean's baking. So is the Bahamas. So we get a little bit of convection out there. It is possible that we get a little bit of a spin up. All right, let's get back and let's check in on some updates with our severe weather. We got storms approaching Kansas City fast. Leavenworth, Lawrence. We've got, I mean, look at all these reports. All 60 to 65 mile per hour wind reports. Look, I'm all over the place. Here. So expect Lawrence as this moves in. I'd expect 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Still have this is looking pretty bad out here, pretty windy. little bit of a couplet here, but again, we have a radar hole here. But McFall, Gilman City, Trenton might want to consider. Get ready to get underground if you do hear it getting a little too noisy outside. It's radar indicated with the Torpause severe thunderstorm warning, but regardless, damaging wind. Bow echo there. Can this close out, please? What the heck? What's it doing? 1 second. There we go. And taking a look down here to the south. Wichita, strong. Look what's going on right there. 6 mile per hour radar indicated winds, damage threat considerable. This is headed towards Wichita, not too far. Let's take a look at how long you got, Wichita. It says 40 minutes. I'd say 30 minutes until we have that storm entering Wichita, Kansas. So damaging winds with that as well. It's probably some large hail down there, I'd say as well too. Overland Park, Kansas City. I'd say max 30 minutes. Until that enters the metro. Maybe less for it to enter just the metro.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
29 degrees Celsius equates to 84. Yeah, that's what I was thinking in my head. Yeah, it's warm. Is wind the main threat at this point? Yeah. We're getting into a less favorable environment for tornadoes. Still a little bit of a tornado threat out here, but I think they'll update this shortly. You can see the 10% drops down to a 5% right here, right when we get towards Kansas. So the actual chance for tornadoes drops all the way down to from a 3 out of 5 just to a 2 out of 5 risk. And the SIG 1 drops off just outside of that. So it's moving into a less favorable tornado environment now.
This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
You could still see tornadoes, but they're less likely to happen as we move forward now. The chance of them is dropping, and the potential strength of them is dropping. Look at this wind. Look at this right here, guys. Holy smokes. Look at that. Yeah, everyone out ahead here. Anyone in that box, you could definitely see some power outages. For sure. For sure. Oh, I actually have a way to see power outages on this thing over here. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. There we go. Turn that on. Oh, yeah. Lots of power outages behind this. There's our power outages from this line that's moving through. I wouldn't be surprised to see this extend out here. We probably have power outages, not for everyone, but for some people through Topeka. I'm surprised we're not seeing any up here in St. Joseph yet, but they might just not be recorded right now. Okay, let me get back to our radar. There we go. Let's get to a good radar. All right, we'll use that one for now. All right. What do you think for Ohio tomorrow? And do I know about timing? It's not going to be too bad. Little 2% tornado threat for northern Ohio. Small little 5 to 15% wind risk, 5% hail risk. Timing. Take a look at the latest HRRR. Timing looks to be some discrete cells early in the morning. This is your main event. So as we push into 7 p.m., 8, really 7 all the way until 7 p.m. all the way until about 2 a.m. It depends where you are. Starts off in western Ohio at around 7 or 8 p.m. And then you see storms beginning to move east as we push out later into the night. Separate little event overnight, which could bring some severe weather, but this is likely just strong, not severe thunderstorms. So yeah, you can see here around 8 or 9, then pushing out east. Not too big of a threat. Slight risk. So 2 out of 5 risk for severe storms. Tornado risk is up there, northern area. Bryan down to Marion, Toledo, up to through Mansfield, Youngstown, Cleveland, and then you can see that wind threat, just a 5 to 15%, just a 5% hail threat. But you could get some damaging storms in there potentially. So, yeah, Indiana, We can look at the timing for Indiana tomorrow. Strong storms look to move through central Indiana, potentially around 5, 6, 7, 8 p.m. Southern Indiana could get a second round later in the night around 11, 12, 1 a.m. tomorrow as well. Same type of threat, although there's actually no tornado threat for Indiana tomorrow. Not yet. When I say no tornado threat, there's not at least a 2%. There could be a 1% tornado threat, but if there's no tornado risk zone label, that means there's under a 2% chance for a tornado. $27 is exactly 80. Ooh. Yeah, that's what I thought. GFS doing 18Z things? Yeah, true. No problem, Michaela. Hopefully the storm finishes off the season for us. There's a lot of season left. You're typically going to still see some severe weather through early June. But yeah, as you get into late June, July, you're typically, once you get towards that peak summer, all this stops. There's a good 3 to 4 weeks left in tornado season. I mean, in severe season. I'd say we'd pass the peak though. Well, I'm just gonna pretend it's over. That works too. Olath, how do you pronounce that? Let's see. Oh yeah, you guys are close, guys. How do you pronounce this? Someone, do some pronunciation for me. If I say it, everyone's gonna laugh at me. Wind is just now starting to hit Ottawa. Olathe? Okay, good. Because I was going to say Oloth or Olathi. So I'm glad you guys helped me with that. Olathe. Okay. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, Ottawa. There it is. Right on the border. I think the strong winds are going to be just to your north, but pretty nice band moving through. Wichita, what's going down in your area?
Attention. A new radar-indicated tornado warning has been issued.
Grundy, Missouri, surrounding area. That's that new radar-indicated tornado warning. Wichita. 25, 30 minutes. So this bow echo down here moves through. 70 mile per hour radar indicated winds. Ottawa. Storm is about to move through. Olathe. Let's see. What's the timing for you? About 15 minutes.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has
Upgrade to considerable severe thunderstorm warning. Franklin, Kansas, Jefferson, Kansas, and the surrounding areas.
Attention. This flash flood warning has been updated.
This radar indicated tornado was extended out towards Trenton and Gilman City. I'd get ready to take shelter as this gets closer to you. Like I said, bow echo could have some strong winds, but we're also seeing a little bit of a couplet here, even though it's a radar hole. Timing for this up here, we're talking 14 minutes to Gilman City, 25 minutes to Trenton, Missouri.
Has been updated.
All right, we're getting some updated severe thunderstorm warnings. Oh, holy crap. We now have a 80 mile per hour observed wind gust in Kansas City Metro. This is now a destructive damage threat. These are destructive storms for Leavenworth, Wyandotte, don't make fun of me, guys, and Johnson counties in Kansas. 80 mile per hour wind gusts and nickel size hail. There it is. In case you guys needed to be woken up. Remain alert for possible tornadoes. Tornadoes can develop quickly with this as well. But yeah, severe thunderstorm located along a line extending near Weston to near Pleasant Grove, moving east at 60 miles per hour.
Attention, a new special marine warning.
Areas impacted include Overland Park, Olathe, Shawnee, Lenexa, Leavenworth, Leawood, Prairie Village, Garner, Lansing, Merriam, Mission, Bonner Springs, DeSoto, Parkville, Spring Hill, Tonganoxie, Platte City, Plate City. I don't know, guys. Bass, this one. Edwardsville and Fairway. So, yeah. 80 mile per hour observed wind out here, guys. So, damaging wind gusts. We now have a destructive damage threat, severe thunderstorm warning for all of Kansas City Metro. Kansas City Metro. Yeah, I did as good as I could there with the names. Not surprised. I mean, like I said, we're seeing this trail of 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gust reports behind this. And that's what I'm talking about. You can get some gusts. You can get some localized gusts that are more than that. So we'll be watching this closely. Do we have any... I don't believe we have any has cams down here, do we? No. Traffic cams. Ooh. This one's probably out. Yeah. Oh, man. We should have used one of these earlier. I want to get a look. There's probably... I can probably get a live cam look from Kansas City. I don't really feel like pulling up another screen right now, though. 75 mile per hour wind gusts recorded up there. Stanberry, Albany, Missouri. Spicy.
Me up, I'm scared.
Brandon Kopic's out there. He's driving the wrong way, though. A for effort. Kansas City has some funny names.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Appleton City, Missouri. You guys should be pretty good. I mean, you'll get some strong thunderstorms coming through later in the night. But they should be de-intensifying a little bit as they get out there. We're talking about 3, 4, 5 a.m. Expect strong thunderstorms. The worst of the severity should be gone by that point. 92 mile per hour wind gusts recorded just to the west of Fairmont, Kansas. 92 mile per hour wind gusts. Measured. National Weather Service local storm reports. Oh, buddy. And I think we could have stronger winds south of that. I think we could have stronger winds. I think this could be the strongest winds right here. I think that could be our strongest band right there, but we'll see. Fairmont, 92 mile per hour wind gusts right up there. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh. Let's make sure we're hey, listen, as long as you're inside, I'd close your windows. You guys are gonna be fine. I'd rather straight line winds like this than a tornado, but definitely we're gonna have some power outages out here. Another report, 91 mile per hour and 92. We have 2 reports now of over 90 mile per hour winds out here. I'm waiting to get a report of that down south. Yeah, this thing is picking up steam. This downdraft is so strong. Look at the leading gust front right here. That's just out ahead of it. Look at that. You guys see that? Look at this gust front that's forming just out ahead of the entire line. Look at this. Right there. Look, you see that? You can see it forming right here. It's so strong, it's forming right out ahead of the whole squall line, the whole QLCS. In Platte County might wake the kids. You know, Yeah, I mean, you get some of these winds moving through 80, 90 plus mile per hour winds. You're definitely gonna you're gonna once you get up to 90 mile per hour winds and plus, you start to get close to that freight train sound where it sounds really scary. Most homes are built to withstand these type of winds, but power outages and some roof damage are possible. Obviously, with these strong winds, and you get a gust over 90 miles per hour, it can also pull a couple trees down out here. So, probably want to be safe. If you have a big tree standing next to your house and you're right out ahead of 90 to 100 mile per hour wind gusts, you might want to get to the opposite side of the house or to an interior room where, just in case. But other than that, you should be pretty good inside. But yeah, we have multiple reports now of 90 plus mile per hour winds out of this. We do have a destructive damage threat. Severe thunderstorm warning for all, like I said, of Kansas City, Kansas. And we do have those observed 80, really I'd say 80 to 100 mile per hour winds since we have over 90 mile per hour wind gusts. Where's Lee Summit? Oh, that's down here. Tough to tell right now. I mean, you could still have winds gusting 70 plus miles per hour as we get out towards Lee Summit. Diana, what's going on? Appreciate you. This thing is. This whole thing's trying to push out as one big bow echo. Now it's what's crazy. We saw this happening in my video this morning. I actually pointed out the HRRR had a really significant bow echo moving right over Kansas. I think it was Kansas City. So the HRRR did a pretty good job of seeing when this could intensify. You can see it in the beginning of this run. It's collapsed back to the west. You see how this is collapsed to the west, and then at the end of the run, you'll see it's bowed out like this. Look at it push forward, and now we have a bow echo with a leading gust front. So it's clearly intensifying right in front of our eyes on the radar. I'm about to move right through Kansas City. Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri. Kansas City, Missouri, you're about to be in a destructive thunderstorm warning as well. You're gonna let that Olathe. What is it? Olathe? Is that what it is? Yeah, Olathe. Yep, it's getting pretty close. I'd say less than 20 minutes. This is gonna be moving straight through. Olathe. Let's see the timing on that. 10 minutes to Olathe. 15 minutes Overland Park. Downtown Kansas City, 15 minutes.
Attention. A new tornadic severe thunderstorm warning.
Gardner, 7 minutes. Grain Valley, 35 minutes. Harrisonville region, 40 minutes. Let's keep looking at these storm reports. Wichita, you have this bow echo now moving into your western metro. 7 mile per hour. Radar indicated gusts.
A new radar indicated tornado warning has been issued.
Still a couplet right here up in Iowa.
This severe thunderstorm warning
So
has been
Toledo and Tama, Iowa. Tama, Iowa. I'd take shelter. You can actually see this looks like it actually may be on the ground right there. A little bit of a radar hole up here too, but you can see here's our couplet right there. You can see our inflow on the reflectivity. So Toledo, Tama, Chelsea, Elbron, Iowa, take shelter. Lowest floor of your home, most interior room or away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Get in the basement or get in a storm shelter if you're up there. Same with up here, Gilman City and Trenton, Missouri. This is trying to put a tornado on the ground too. Strong winds, even if it doesn't put one down there. But radar hole, still see a little bit of a couplet here. I'm sure they're about to expand this. There we go, right here. Lawrence. Anyone in Lawrence, Kansas, in my chat? Anyone in Lawrence, Kansas? Lawrence reported 85 mile per hour wind gusts reported in Lawrence, Kansas. Okay, so that's it. So you can see, now you guys can see we're getting 95, 92, Lawrence down here, right there. So this whole segment, we're seeing, we'll call it 85 to 95 mile per hour winds. This entire segment here. So this is moving straight out east. I think it's a little bit larger than that. I would say we probably could see these 90. I would say this entire segment here, which is unfortunate because that's like the entire Kansas City metro. But that's 85 mile per hour wind gusts, 92 mile per hour wind gusts up here. It's this entire bow segment right here, right there. You can see the winds intensifying too. Looking at our old storm reports. 65, 85, 92.
Look at that motion. I think that's a wall cloud right there, guys.
Man, don't want to put that up for too long. He's looking straight out. Let me actually, here, I'll pull up a Kansas City cam real quick. Pull up has cams. Give me Kansas City. Kansas City. Nothing? Let's see. 1 second. I want to see if I pull up a camera for this, guys. 1 second. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Oh, here we go. Ah, no, there's some down to the south.
Attention, a new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Kansas City. Andover, Kansas. All right, let me just do this. No, don't love that one. Okay, I'm going to pull this one up. Not showing anything yet, but 1 second, guys. See if something blows through here in a second. Nothing on has cams. All right. Again, Kansas City. Metro, you're still in a destructive damage threat, severe thunderstorm warning. We're seeing 85 to 95 mile per hour wind gusts moving in right now. Olathe, just a few minutes away. Lenexa, Shawnee, just a few minutes away. Bonner Springs moving through right now. Damaging winds. Wichita, strong 70 plus mile per hour wind gusts moving into, approaching your downtown right now. Looks like we may have a tornado on the ground right now, moving through Gilman City, Missouri, out towards Melbourne, Brimson, Missouri. Make sure you're in shelter.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Couple it out here. Tornado heading out between Belle Plaine, Tama, and Toledo, Iowa as well. Wind's starting to pick up there. All right. Now we have an almost 80 mile per hour wind recorded around Gardner. Just we're talking. This is about to go through Olathe.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been
All right, we're talking 7.5 miles from Olathe. We now have an almost 80 mile per hour recorded wind right there. So, yep, this whole area, we're still seeing 75, about 75, 85. So hurricane force gusts, Cat 1 to Cat 2 strength winds moving through Kansas City metro. Was today a bust? It depends how you look at it. Well, no, did we see a tornado emergency today? Did we see a Tori today? I know we saw one yesterday. Did we see a Tori today? I was working earlier when a lot of this stuff was going on. I would say from what I saw, it wasn't really... It wasn't bad enough to call it a bust, but it wasn't everything that it could have been today. There were some strong storms today. I mean, we have a destructive damage threat storm right now producing 90, almost 95 mile per hour recorded wind gusts. So we're almost at, I mean, we've got Cat 2 winds moving into Kansas City Metro. We also had some strong tornadoes on the ground earlier today. So there was a weird Tori today. Yeah, because I remember seeing a strong tornado on the ground today. Yeah, so no, I wouldn't call it a bust. There was definitely some dangerous tornadoes, and obviously right now we're seeing extremely destructive, damaging straight line winds.
Attention, a new considerable
but it could have been worse. It could have been much worse. The atmosphere was very volatile. I expected probably to actually be a little bit worse than it was.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Oh man, this is intensifying right as it's going through Kansas City. Man.
We're outside right now on this, guys.
Starting to come down. Victory Hills. Get ready, guys. Overland Park, got a couple minutes till this moves in. Hopefully we get some sort of de-intensification. Still seeing right now. Yeah, this looks like our most severe sector right now of the storm. Right here. It looks like we got an upgrade here. Still destructive. 80 mile per hour observed winds. 70 mile per hour observed winds. So Kansas City, Missouri now. You're now in a considerable damage threat, severe thunderstorm warning. 70 mile per hour observed winds just out to your west.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
It's going to make loud noise. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. All right, so. Emergency management. Several reports of 75 to 85 mile per hour wind gusts have been received with this line of storm. Yep. Line of storms.
All right, well, the precept's about to hit, so I'm going to get my car and get back.
New flash flood warning has been issued.
Let's see if we get another wind report out here. There's that gust front. Wichita, we're now getting 60 mile per hour reported winds out of Mays, Kansas. Just up in to the northwest of Wichita, Kansas. How's everything going there out in Kansas City? Down in Olathe. Still thundering there in St. Joseph. Yeah, the worst of it's moving out now for you guys, though. Kansas City, Missouri side, soft breezes. Yeah, not for long. You maybe got... Let's see. Yeah. 5 to 15 minutes, depending on what part of Kansas City, Missouri you're in. I'd say 5 to 20. You could be a little bit further out east. See if we get any more damaging wind reports out here. Friend Overland Park says it's not raining yet. Yep, it's not yet. It's about to be, though. This is our line of storms. There's Overland Park. There's Shawnee. So they got a couple minutes. We're getting real close. I'm zooming in on this area. We got 60 mile per hour observed up to the north as well. 60 mile per hour observed down to the south. But 80 plus mile per hour observed right into Kansas City. All right. Gladstone, get ready. This is heading in. Shawnee, it's heading in. Olathe, moving in right now. Overland Park, moving in. Things should start to pick up there right now. Here it comes. Can I get a better radar? Let me go to us. All right, we'll switch it out to, we'll still use this one. There we go. All right. No more wind reports right now. I'm sure we'll get one in a second. Wonder what this live cam's starting to blow around. There's Kansas City. See lightning out in the distance, but not quite in downtown yet. How's the warning in Iowa? Sure, we take a look at that. Looks like it dropped. Yep, warning dropped off in Iowa. Man, we're not getting any reports out here. I'd like to get some reports. Olathe, Lenexa, Shawnee, any of you, anyone experiencing some damaging winds yet? Yeah, it must have just dropped off. Up there in Iowa. About to move into downtown. Downtown Kansas City. Carrie, I appreciate you. Huh. No more reports out here yet. There's our 80 mile per hour wind gust, 85 mile per hour wind gust, 92 mile per hour wind gust. I'm by KCI. I can confirm it's getting crazy. All right. All right. I mean, the radar looks pretty impressive still. So we've got a 60 mile per hour wind gust. Weatherby Lake. It's not like the 92 mile per hour wind gust we saw just out to the west of there. Still an impressive wind gust, but would be nice if we were getting a little bit of weakening. We see pretty much 80 mile per hour wind gusts down here, and then 60 up on the higher, up in the northern sector. The storm's just now crossing over into Kansas City, Missouri. KCI, Kansas City International Airport. Is that here? Yeah. 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 So there's just a 60 mile per hour wind gust right near there. You guys, I could see Kansas City. I could see the airport seeing 70 plus mile per hour wind gusts right now. Belton?
Attention, a new special weather statement has been issued.
Yeah, Belton, these storms are about to roll through. About 15 minutes.
New information.
So,
this severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
And we have seen with this storm that's about to move through, we did see it produce 85 mile per hour wind gust and a 77 mile per hour wind gust. So be aware of that. It will move through quick. It'll likely get very windy, but won't last too long.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Let's check on this tornado warning up to the north. Okay. Seeing if we get any more storm reports out here. Is it possible for a tornado to occur? Yeah, there's always possibility of a tornado to occur on the leading edge of one of these boundaries. There's usually a lot of vorticity.
This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Yeah, it is possible. We've already seen multiple tornadoes form along the leading edge of this squall line. We have one up here right now. Little local rotation. So out in the middle of nowhere, it's really hard to tell if it's on the ground or not. But Buttsville and Spickard, Missouri, you should be taking shelter. It's got to be whipping wind and through portions of Kansas City right now. Almost a 65 mile per hour wind gust now observed in Lenexa. 65 mile per hour wind gust recorded. So that's just to the west of Overland Park. Tornado in Belton, it's possible to get a spin up down there, but we don't have a tornado. We have a tour pause right now, and I don't see a tornado on the radar. A little bit of a couplet here that I'll keep my eye on, but let me see. A little bit of a couplet right there, but doesn't look like we have anything down right now. So we're looking pretty safe right now. Tour pause. I mean, it's possible to get a tornado there, but look at all these recorded winds we have out here now through almost up there towards Kansas City International Airport, 60 mile per hour, Overland Park. 65, just out to the west of Shawnee, 70 mile per hour wind gusts. Again, down here, Gardner, 77 mile per hour wind gusts. That's out near New Century Air Center, 72 mile per hour wind gusts near Edgerton. So the storm's producing some strong winds as it moves through.
New information. This severe
Kansas City
warning has been updated.
Wind is ripping. He said, "I'm in downtown Kansas City." Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like it. For sure. Watching as we get these wind reports in. We're getting tropical storm to hurricane force wind gusts right now in Kansas City, Kansas. And this is all crossing over the border right now into Kansas City, Missouri. How's auto looking? We have heavy rain. Yeah, you guys looking pretty good. It's gonna rain heavy for a little bit because these storms are kind of moving east northeast. So your guys are gonna get a lot of rainfall. You'll probably end up with a flash flood warning. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a flash flood warning out here in these counties, these cities. But your tornado chances have pretty much dropped off a cliff. Chances of getting any strong tornado tonight are pretty much gone now. Your atmosphere is going to stabilize, and just watch out for some flooding. Now got likely some damaging winds heading into Clay Como, Pleasant Valley. And the downtown. Is there a separate downtown in both Kansas City, Kansas and Kansas City, Missouri? The one in Kansas City, Missouri looks like the real downtown. Am I crazy? This little loop right here looks like the real downtown. Or am I just seeing things? Or is it, or am I off? Is it,
Severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
or is it like here? Oh, I was right here. John's Big Deck. Oh, I read that wrong. Okay, I was going to say it's an interesting name for a bar. John's Big Deck. All right. John's Big Deck. Looks like a great place to get a drink. So you tell me people in Kansas to have fun have to go into Missouri? That's crazy. Wait,
New information. This severe
do the Chiefs play in Missouri?
updated.
No, they don't. Wait, what? They do? Why am I just learning this? Kansas doesn't have a football team? Oh, I find that so funny. Oh my gosh. I never knew that. Wow. Rough. I have heard, though, people say good things about Kansas City, Kansas. You know, I guess if you live in Kansas City, it's your team. 65 mile per hour wind gusts just recorded. Pretty much looks like downtown Kansas City. Yeah. Just to the south of the Kaufman Center for Performing Arts, 65 mile per hour wind gusts. That is just 9 mile per hour short of hurricane force gusts downtown. Observed. The new Chiefs Stadium will be on the Kansas side. Oh, I think I heard that. Kansas City, Kansas safe. Yeah, see, I've heard that. I've heard that too. Interesting. How do Missourians feel about the stadium being put into Kansas? That's probably a few years away, I'm guessing, though. You work right there, right near that where that wind gust was. PR's place. I'd like to visit Kansas City. I've never been to Kansas City. They hate it, but where the stadium is now is trash. Okay. So maybe it'll be better for everyone. How long once wind gusts hit will it last? The strongest gusts, probably 10 to 15 minutes before they start to kind of weaken. You can see we've got, like I said, we'll call it 60 to 70 mile per hour, 60 to 75 mile per hour wind gusts moving through downtown right now. Belton, you got about five minutes. Good news is,
New information. This severe thunderstorm.
chat, I'm not seeing any sort of significant localized rotation along this front. So straight line winds, power outages, some down tree branches definitely possible. As long as we're not hitting back up towards these 92 to 85 to 92 mile per hour winds, a little bit of disruption. Yeah, we're getting, look at all these reports down here. Charles Wheeler Downtown Airport, 65 mile per hour wind gusts observed. 60 mile per hour wind gusts observed at the Greyhound bus station. Downtown Kansas City. But anyways, downtown Kansas City, we're getting multiple reports of 60 to 65 mile per hour wind gusts. These are observed, local, these are actual reported, measured. So, yeah, right through downtown. Looks like we did luckily weaken a tiny bit, though.
Attention, a new
Right as
severe
we went through
thunderstorm
downtown, which is
warning has
good.
been issued.
Because this could have been worse. How's Wichita doing? We got lots of storm reports in Wichita as well. Look at the 60 mile per hour wind gusts out here, just out to the west, 70 mile per hour wind gusts. So 60, 70 mile per hour, 60 mile per hour wind gusts down here near McConnell Air Force Base. So mainly just damaging wind threat right now. They're probably going to lower this. 70 mile per hour observed.
Attention,
Still
a
out
new
here,
severe
Kansas City, Missouri.
thunderstorm watch has been issued.
All right, overall, not too bad. Possible to get a spin up along this QLCS. If you do, because of the environment it's moving into, it's more likely to be an EF0, EF1. We're talking 80 to 100 mile per hour max, which is luckily not going to, unless you're in a trailer home, do really damage to anyone. But I wouldn't expect at this point moving into a less favorable environment for tornadoes, especially a less favorable environment for strong tornadoes. We're still probably going to deal with another hour or two of some strong straight line winds. Not super damaging. I don't expect this to go back up to destructive, but definitely some power outages, some tree branches down. Wouldn't want to be caught outside in this either. But overall, not terrible. We'll likely get this destructive. Yep. So they did. They downgraded the destructive damage threat to just a considerable damage threat. Still pretty decent, but I'm probably going to hop off here. Got another early morning. Local news station lost power from wind. Wow. Let me actually take a look at the latest power reports. Power outages. Yeah, I mean, I'm not shocked to see this. They probably haven't recorded it yet, but look at the power outages. This is probably going to go next.
Attention, a new tornadic considerable severe
Yeah,
thunderstorm
this is
warning has
all
been
power
issued.
outages. Everyone's got power outages in here, so you'll probably see portions of Kansas City go dark as well. Look at that. That's what this is. This is how you can tell where the strongest winds were. This whole area right here. St. Joseph got it too, though. For sure. All right, everyone, stay safe tonight. We've got some storms. Obviously, we got some severe weather tomorrow. Shouldn't be terrible. Not as bad as today. But we've got some stuff going on tomorrow. Quick little update. Humongous marginal slight running from southwestern Texas all the way up into freaking northern Maine. But our only tornado, or at least 2% tornado threat, actually there's another one down there, but portions of eastern Michigan, northern Ohio, north central to northwestern Pennsylvania, western central to western upstate New York, there's your 2% tornado threat tomorrow. And down here out towards south central southwestern Texas, including San Angelo. Take a look at our wind threat. Not too bad, 5 to 15% in our hail threat for tomorrow. Large hail possible at Dallas, Fort Worth, San Angelo, Abilene, Wichita Falls, Midland, Snyder, Kerrville. And then getting into our day 3, could get some strong storms out there. West Virginia, up through the Mid-Atlantic, coastal New England, back out here in western Texas, east central, and southeastern New Mexico as well. Appreciate all you. Appreciate any of the follows, any of the subs. Appreciate you being in here and trusting me enough to listen to me talk. Mods, I appreciate you. If you do want to join my Discord, got about 700 weather enthusiasts in there. Updates every single day with weather information, severe weather, tropical weather, whatever's going on. It's completely free to join. Just add me, Connor's Climate Corner on Discord, or you can. There's a link in all my YouTube videos. So you can just click the link, join the Discord. I'll let you know when I'm going live, when I'm posting stuff. I appreciate all you. Have a safe night. And like I said, these storms are moving into a less favorable environment, so we should begin to see some weakening over the next 30 minutes to an hour. Chances for strong tornadoes are pretty much gone, dropping off a cliff. So stay safe.